Hello. Hello. How's it going? It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Just another day. Another day of living, being here on this planet. Feeling grateful, feeling blessed, feeling sad, sometimes mad, sometimes nothing. It's a day. Frank. Hello. Happy day. Happy day. I was watching but preparing for this my live Picasso cat, and I saw you picked up a couple really nice things. So good for you, my friend. Oh, nice. Ooh, that reminds me. Hi, Ducky. Hi. Hey, hold on. I want to bring this object because for anyone who shows up today that is a reseller and lists, which I do not. I don't know, open a store. Probably Etsy, not eBay. I'm not too keen on Ruby Lane, although that wouldn't be terrible. But I wanted to bring this particular object. Oh, probably. So here, I'm back. Probably. I'll bring this for the next through March at every sale. And then after that, it will stay permanently in my to list box. Hi, Chew. Hey, Frank. Inquiring minds. What did you find? Thrift store gold. I want to know. Was it an artisan piece? Was it a wicker couch with rattan? What is that material called? Oh, God, the incredible MCM fabric. Why is it just foofing out of my brain? Dang it. It's the coolest material. Anyway, you found a TV monitor? I'm kidding. I'm teasing. Get out. Right on. I love it. Good for you. Frank, are you just hoarding under your mattress and in your bathtub downstairs? Are you ever gonna let it go? I know how hard it is. Hmm. So, y'all, I have as usual, wide variety of whatnots going on around here. Like actually gold, 14 year. So, and they didn't catch it. They didn't catch it and try to charge you like $500,000. You know what I'm talking about because that's what they do, and it's just the most preposterous thing. I just am like, it didn't even cost that much new. You guys don't know what you're doing. You're Google image searching, but you're not trained in what that means. So you see something and it's like at the highest price. And so that's what you listed. And that's not currently market prices. If that's even what the material is worth. Drives me, oh, Frank, get out. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. Nice. That was a good story. I put up there. You got any good stories? And you did. That's excellent. Okay, let me start my timer. And today I'm going to push to 2.5 hours and see how that goes. But I'm going to give myself a warning at 2:20. 2 hours and 20 minutes because my back hates me. And it's probably never going to like me again. But, I mean, because you can't reverse bulging discs or arthritis, severe arthritis. Doesn't happen. And, yeah. Oh. That's one of those things you tuck under the mattress and you leave to your heirs, or when you're like desperate for cash, you whip it out and you sell it. Good Lord. I would say if it goes 600 to 1100, I'm going the top end 5 to 600, Frank. You know what? Ask Doug. Ask Doug. Send Doug a picture. He will absolutely give you some good advice. Okay. I'm Lucinda. It says that right there. But nonetheless, hi. That's who I am. I live in Northern California. Very blessed. I'm on a homestead, live oak trees, redwood forest, redwood groves, bobcats, bears, coyotes, rabbits, and just me. Off the highway, up a long, long dirt road, no street lights. No. And I love it. And a lot of people would hate it. There's no DoorDash. There's no Safeway. There's no a lot of things unless I go over the hill. And then there's big box stores. But culture? No, not really. But I make my own culture. So, I'm good with that. So that's where I ship from. And I do 2-week build boxes, which saves me time on invoicing, saves you on shipping because you can build a box. Now, listen, this is week 2, right? Yep, week 2. Tomorrow will be the end of week 2, Friday. I'm on tomorrow, Friday, where I do higher end vintage costume jewelry. If you ever purchase from me and you want that item right away, you don't want to build a box, all you have to do is email me and say, I don't want to wait until you invoice and by the time you ship, it's about 3 weeks out if you bought in week 1 or 2 weeks if you buy in week 2. Just send me an email and I will send you an invoice that night. And as soon as you pay, I will box it up and I will take it to my post office. I live in the middle of nowhere, you guys. And I don't have someone that picks up for me unless I ship to you guys everything UPS, which you would not appreciate, trust me. I have to take it there physically. So I generally invoice out, wait till 90% of things are paid, and then I take it on down. So that's from week 1 to when you get it is about 3 weeks. So if you ever want it immediately, you just, tell me and I'm good. So how do you, Rose? Hello. Got you see Frank Flocasso over there? Check out his comments. He had the story of the day. So the first thing that I want to show you all while I have people here, because like I said, I don't have a new store yet. I will be working on that next month, is an item that if you relist it, it's top end 200, mid-range 150. It is super unique and highly praised and collectible. And you know what? I should have brought this out right after Bob Weir passed. Now, I was not a Grateful Dead head. No, not a Deadhead. I liked some of their original music, but the long kind of spacey art jams as a hard rock and roller and, a little bit of disco and a whole bunch of punk rock, it just didn't work for me, man. But I had a lot of friends who were, and I saw this. Hi, Doreen. Hello. I saw this. Ooh. Yeah, only $1 million. And that on the coast, high end, absolutely. In where I am, with a decent house on like 22 acres is the parcels usually. You're looking at about 700,000. If you get, there's some places in my valley where it's on maybe 3 acres with a good house in kind of more of an HOA with a clubhouse situation house, like 400,000. It all depends on what you're looking for, but it's still, the coast is like, that's for the rich people. Not happening. So this is going to start at $48. Yeah. Frank, I went to my little local beach right where Highway 1 and my highway meets. I'll just say it, 128. And there was a seal. It was right before sunset, and there was a seal fishing because the tide had gone way out. There was a seal fishing right there. And in the background, because it's migration season, whales spouting. And the sun was setting. And that is 35 minutes away from me. I'm so blessed. Okay, so this starts Grateful Dead belt buckle, 1 year, one of a kind. The Deadheads love this. You know someone who loves the Grateful Dead, who is mourning Bob Weir? There you go. This is a belt buckle. This thing is, I couldn't believe I found it, and I couldn't believe the price. You got your classic early symbolism. You got your roses, Grateful Dead. And on the back, I'm going to read it before I turn it over. TM, Grateful Dead Productions, copyright Kelly's Mouse. Kelly's Mouse is the person who does the art for them. GDP 1978, man. Then it's got the lightning bolt on the back and a couple more symbols. It is a belt buckle. It has the loop here, or not the loop, but where you put it in and it loops, into the cutout hole on your belt. And then it's got this. Now, this is a really common issue. These are heavy pewter. It's a really common issue that this was a little weak. And because if you were a deadhead and you had this, male or female, you wore this every day for, 30, 40, 50 years. So it's very common that this buckle piece is missing. It does not detract from the price. Honestly, I've even seen just this up to $250. So you can sell it just like this. It's not a problem. Or, if you want it or you want to gift it to someone, find someone who knows how to solder and put a buckle back in. Yep. Maybe you're handy and you know how to do it. I don't. And I'm assuming or hoping that you can read all of this, but this is just, it's too cool for school. Yeah, look up Kelly Mouse. Look up this whole thing. This is, like I said, I'm going to show it. It's heavy too. This is, I can't get over there. There's too much stuff. I would say this is, I don't know, 12 ounces, a pound. And you can see how well loved this was because this is a little, skeleton neck. There's a ribbon in the hair. This is the old, like, Mexican style, kind of like Frida Kahlo, right? They're roses with the ribbon. And there used to be teeth that's been worn down because, it was loved. It was loved. So, and it is, I'm going to show it every time because whoever flips, these are worth a lot of money. 2.5. Look it up. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot and look this up. I think you'll be surprised because it was offered at a good price, and I was like, well, I don't know. Let me try that. I picked it up, brought it home, and I was like, what? What? This was the only year it was made. Special issue. So, like I said, I will show that every time for a while. Now, y'all, I want you to know that it was a nice scene. I mean, it was just a calm, nice scene. Yeah, it was. It was a great find. Thank you, Rose. I have brought stuff you've seen, stuff you haven't seen in a while, some stuff you've never seen. And yesterday was my parents' anniversary. Even though they are both passed, the March 3rd is my dad's 1-year transition anniversary. And yesterday it popped up on my phone that it was their anniversary, and it had been niggling in my brain, their anniversary, even though the whole time they were alive, I never remembered when it was. Never. So there was something going on. And I've had a box over to the side of me for 6 months of jewelry that is my mother's and or was her family's. Mostly it was hers. That is not my style. I picked through a whole lot. I have so much family stuff. And I decided to bring some of those pieces today in honor of it being their anniversary and just the fact that they're on my mind. So, Rose, you did? Thank you, Rose. So this was my mama in her 40s, probably in the desert. We grew up as a camping family, and my parents particularly loved the desert. I loved the trees and the beach. They loved the desert. So that's my mama. I figured since I'm selling some of her stuff, I'd show a picture of her. Did you, Rose? Thank you, honey. Thank you. Now, that said, I don't know if anyone is going to be interested in what I'm going to show. This first piece is going to start at, I know it's older, and I'm a little unclear on the history. I'm going to assume it's family. I haven't tested it. I will test it even with the price going out. This is going to start at $20. It's probably not silver because it would have marking. It is a it's a rosary, and it is rosewood beads. It's very long, and okay, let me see something. This is the back, because then it has these two areas here with just chain. Then it has long like this. Then it has the chain with the rosewood in the middle. Then it has the chain with. Now, I wear rosaries, and I am not Catholic nor Christian. If you had to nail me down, you would have to call me Buddhist/Hindu. But I respect all saints and all teachers that have come to this planet. And I believe they've all brought the same message of love and kindness, and do unto others as you would do unto yourself. So I believe that's Mary. And this, now y'all tell me, this is a saint. Let me see if I can get this better. This is a saint that has like, it's not a halo. I'm going to use my loop. Maybe it's Jesus. That might be the Sacred Heart on him. It's just not a depiction I'm used to. Jesus had a lot of great things to say. I'm sorry that so much of it got kind of weaponized or bastardized, because he was a good person. So I don't know if that's Jesus. You see what I mean about the little halo things? And then that might be a Sacred Heart. It's very hard to tell. And my parents, and then it goes down, and here is Jesus on the cross. My parents did travel in Europe and Germany a couple times. My dad more than that, because he would do talks with his different organizations and universities he belonged to, and book tours. So, but she also had her father was Jewish, but he hid that his whole life. So I'm 2 generations removed from being Ashkenazi Jew, and I didn't know that till I was in my 20s. My mom didn't know that till she was in her 40s, that she was 1 generation removed. So I don't know. Like, I just don't know. It's somebody's pinging at me. Who's pinging? Hold on. Oh. Okay. I just needed to know if that was important or not. So it's very long. And like I said, it doesn't say 925 anywhere. But I do know that this is, so when did they go to Europe and Germany? Late 1960s and the mid 70s. So if it was my mom's, it's pretty dang old. And they were Buddhist. So again, she may have bought it just as a symbol, or it may have been something, her other side of the family that was not Jewish, because her father married a non-Jewish woman. That's how the line stops, right? We're not Catholic, but we're Christian. So I don't know. It's really long. And I have several rosaries. Y'all have probably seen me wearing a pink, well, it's white beads with a like lavender plastic rosary. I wear it a lot. I like it. I also wear my mullahs a lot, which are, just there. It's all prayer beads. It's all the same thing. It's what you say your prayers on. 7, 14, 20. It is about 26 inches on each side long. So it's really long. It's really beautiful. And it's rosewood. And I'll do a quick scratch test, but I want to keep this moving pretty fast, and then I'm going to move on, because I don't begin to believe that any part of this is sterling. But what if I'm missing something, y'all? I do. There was a couple other rosaries. In fact, the one I just talked about, the purple with the white beads with the purple plastic, that came out of my mom's jewelry box. Whose it was, I do not know. So let's see. Cannot imagine. Ring lights are not a good way to test, but I don't see any. I don't see anything. I didn't expect to. So, okay, we can pass on that. And that's okay. Just because it was my mother's doesn't mean that someone needs to purchase it. And it's just that I don't need it. I don't need it. So let me put it in a bag and move on. We can pass. We can pass. And my mom had a bunch of jewelry, a lot of it family, some of it that she bought herself here and there, but none of it that she hardly ever wore. And I'm like, Mom, what's up? Okay, we're going to move away from my mom for a minute, and we're going to do this really cool, I'm quite sure this is steer horn and druzy's cuff bracelet, starting at 20. It's pretty fun. It is not plastic. It is definitely horn. Let me see. That's better. So druzies. Druzies are always a thing for me. I'm like, what the heck is a druzy? You know, druzy. That's a very modern jewelry term. When I was selling jewelry in the 70s, and I mean, no one talked about druzies. There was no such thing as druzies. So I always have a hard time with that. I believe, here's the thing. I don't know if that is turquoise or dyed howlite in there. I really don't. I don't have a presidium. I actually lean more towards that it's turquoise. Definitely a stone. Yep. Actually lean more towards that it's turquoise based on this matrix. You see the brown? And based on the blue color, there isn't any dyed howlite. If I had some around here, is very different looking. You can tell it's been dyed. So I kind of think, and I couldn't find this anywhere. It's an artisan piece. I kind of think it's turquoise, and it's sitting up top of the druzy. So what the heck is a druzy? Some type of mineral, right? What the heck is that? I don't know. This black little tiny stones all around it. It's like almost a red, but very black. There's none. It's kind of red, almost garnety, but more black. And then the silver, which I'm quite sure is just, some kind of low rhinestone crystal. I don't know. This is not my specialty. I think it's pretty cool. And then here is the natural substance that it's put on. I think it's very interesting. If anyone knows anything about what this is, shout it out, because I don't. But I really, based on that, I think it's turquoise. And because it fits me, it's a 7 point, whoop, there goes a long dog here, 7.25. I think it's pretty fun. I think it stacks up with this really old turquoise cuff and then the little charm bracelet just fine. I'd probably put it up a little higher and have this one down there. Bam. Yep. And it's about, an inch and a half wide. Let me see something. I just noticed something. I want to point it out because that's what I do. Right here, it goes all the way up and it looks like a crack, but I do not feel anything and it does not go through. So what I think happened is it got scratched when they were building this piece up. And it's pretty heavy. Okay. Moving along. It's very bold. It is very bold. Okay. How many people like cloisonne? This is an older piece of cloisonne for sure. You know me, I always pile on a ton of necklaces in advance on my helper friends. So yeah, I have to move it on over. Move it on over. I have to take some of these off to pop on later. And I did bring also a box of just your fun and funky vintage costume jewelry rings. I did get that owl, Ducky. I did, and it's for me. I did. So, this is on my helper, Dolly. Say hi, Dolly. It is on a really nice, it feels satiny. It's very soft, whatever it is. It may just be a nylon. I don't know. Like navy blue cord. This is going to start. Yeah, that owl is, I love that owl. Love that owl. This is going to start at 35. And I suspect it's worth more than that, but I just don't know. Look at this gorgeous butterfly. And then it has a tassel. That right there says to me 1970s. So again, I do not know. In the 1970s, I would have been too young to be gifting her things like this. So I'm assuming that I don't remember them going to Italy. I don't have any family photos of them in Italy. Maybe my dad went. I really don't know. It doesn't say, and maybe it wasn't got from Italy. I don't know. But the screw clasp right here, barrel clasp, is a big clue to me. It's not gold. And these are the end caps for this cord. And then it is just got a tiny piece of almost looks like gold-plated wire hooked into the cord. It is hollow, and it is almost like a compact. Thank you, Rose. Isn't it beautiful? And the colors in the butterfly wings, the green, those are colors. That's intentional. It has the little flowers. And look at that blue. I love blue in cloisonne. But you can, and then here's, see what I mean? I wish it opened. Wouldn't that be cool? Here's the back side. I think it's a really nice piece. Let me tell you how big the centerpiece is. And I'm not, so I just want to let you know that I'm not starting the prices on her items like super high because they were my mom's. Not at all. I'm starting them at what I know the market to be. It's almost 1 3/4 in diameter. The what I'm going to call pendant, which I wish was a locket, and then the tassel is almost 5 inches long, and the cord. Let's see. I never remember my mom wearing this. She did it. $15 inches long plus 2 plus 5, 17, and then the tassel is 5 inches. So 17 on each side makes it a total of 34 plus 7 inches with the 2-inch pendant and the 5-inch tassel. Yeah, that's a whole thing. It's gorgeous. And you know, let's say you didn't like the cord, but you loved this piece. You could put this on a gold tone chain and just take this, open it up, take it off the cord, and put it on a different chain. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. So I will be bringing these pieces, and then again, if nobody really likes these pieces, I will list them, and I'm okay with that. I took a whole giant box of stuff that's been piling up, put it on my table this weekend. I keep saying that, but this weekend I am sorting. I am sorting back into boxes according to how I categorize things so that I can start really getting into them and keeping it organized because it just became ridiculous. Now, again, this has to be something that someone gave my mom. She bought. I don't know. It's probably from the 70s. I'm going to start it at 16. Oh, Rose. Rose, are you the one who does your home in the Asian style? Is that you? I don't remember. Someone came in several months ago, and I don't know. Was that you? I don't know. No, not you. Yeah. Don't remember who that was. And then they disappeared. I haven't seen them. So this is a butterfly pendant. Here's the jump ring. You know what? I think I know where this came from. It's a really nice piece. I see the black in here. I'm going to see if it polishes. I have been wondering about this piece. Yeah, no, see, that was someone else who came in and they got some stuff, and then, yeah, I haven't seen them. I don't know. Maybe they'll be back one day. Maybe they lurk. I don't know. It's all good. It's not silver, but it has this. See, I literally just took it out of the box, and my mom just kept it in her funky little weird boxes in her drawer. She did not wear jewelry. I mean, she had pierced ears. She didn't wear earrings. She was not fancy. She was super basic. She would find like a Coldwater Creek pants that she really liked and shirts. And then she would just order the same style over and over again. And that's what she did. And she was happy. And I was like, good for you, man. So I think I know what this is. So there's some black discoloration on here, but it comes off. I believe that this was probably done in a mold, but I think it might be older than the 70s. And I tell you what, this jump ring keeps doing that. I know where this came from. This came from, I believe, when my mother and I sold at the flea market together in like 1977, 1976 to 78, 79, something like that. We bought 50-pound boxes of returns to high-end department stores, jewelry returns, $50 for 50 pounds. And it would come broken, or it needed a jump ring, or the chain was missing. And we would spend hours sorting through, and we made so much money. And I think this is one of the pieces that was in one of those boxes, and she kept it. And she probably had it on a chain at one time. That's, I'm pretty sure that's it. I nailed it. 2 inches long, and the top wings, the top part is 2.5, and then the bottom that come to a point is like 1.25 inches. And it's a little crude, which is why I was hesitating to say if it was mass produced, but I think it is. It's a really pretty piece. Hey, 710, what's happening? Now, I do, if someone was interested in this, even though this is not sterling, I do have this chain, which is sterling. And if I married the two together, I'd have to tell you how long this is. It's probably a 16-inch, which would mean that this would fall right about here. And if I threw this in, and I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's sterling silver 925, and we put these together, it's not the greatest marriage, but one could do it. This additional chain would be 22. So that's a whole thing. Okay. All right. We are going to pass on the little butterfly guy. And that's okay. That's okay. Someone is going to love it. Someone's going to give it some love. And I'm going to move to something entirely different. Ducky. Ducky, what story do you want to tell me? What kind of fabulous story do you have from this week? I'm all about hearing nice stories today. I think it's need to put this in a bag. It's just kind of been a little bit of a emotional 48 hours, which is okay. You know, grief is good. Yeah, you, Ducky, you. What kind of story do you have to tell? I know you have a story. I know you have a story. Everyone has stories. Oh, Rose, what fair, honey? I would love to do that. I mean, but my county fair is not really the right place for that. I had a connection up here that would have been possible, but it kind of seemed to, fizzle. I need to look for another place. There is a guy who has been selling vintage, in the big little town of like 450 people or whatever that's near me. And I've been thinking this summer of asking him if I could just rent a corner space and see how that goes and just go down and refill it. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't have a neighborhood, Rose. Not in any traditional sense of the word. I don't. I don't. I have a road shed. I set up the fire safety council. Here I got involved when Mendocino County started putting that out. And I started attending all the meetings and learning all about fire safety and education and setting up talks here. And what we have is road sheds because everyone, for the most part, except in this one big small town, lives off of maintained dirt roads. You know, some people go miles and miles back on these dirt roads and then onto their own property, dirt roads. So we don't really have anything like that. So this, I kind of think this is from, I kind of think this is from the 1920s. Maybe the 1930s. I don't think it's from the 50s. And that is just always the vibe I've gotten off of it. It is a short with a beautiful purple drop rhinestone necklace. And it is going to start at $21. Well, I like sleeping, eating, exercising, and going to auctions. Yes. Well, I'd like to get together with this vendor down there, and it would be wonderful. I don't know why we have a whole fairground that is used occasionally. I want to talk to them about why couldn't people regularly rent on the weekend this parking lot space during the summer, right? So that would be cool. But if I did that, then how would I come see you guys? This is just my strong feelings. This is one of the things that was in my eBay box. So I bought this in, I think I bought this in 2002, but it's been stored in my box. And this is Dolly. If I didn't remember, say hello, Dolly. This is this beautiful, like purple, kind of almost, it's an amethyst color on clear with the 5 dangles. I'd love to have the earrings because I bet the earrings did the dangle like that. This is the clasp. A lot of people would say that this is from the 1950s. And it could be. When I see this square style connecting the rhinestones onto the hook closure, it's dicey to me. It could be early 50s and it could be earlier than that. And but that square for me and the style of the drop says earlier. And it's because it's so tiny and so short. Here, and the puddling, look at the back. It's so well done. And to think that this piece, be it from the 50s or the 20s or 30s, I mean, it's not flapper, it's after that, is in perfect condition. There's not a single dead stone. And this color is so unusual. Let me tell you, okie dokie. Yeah, it would be great to do once a week. But if I did that, Rose, with my back problems and committing to being with all of you, that would be really hard. Now, see, here's the thing. It's a shorty. That's another reason why I think it's more earlier than the 50s, because it is so short. It is so, it's shorter than 14. So it would be lovely as like in the Gilded Age when they did things like this in their coifs, you know, their coiffured hair, and they put these. That would be gorgeous. And for all I know, that's what it was for, because it's tiny. The stones are of excellent quality. The white is super brilliant. I would say things like check glass because of that incredible magenta-y brilliant color, but I cannot be sure. But it is so you would need an extender. It is 6 3/4 on each side. So let's just call it 13 inches. Okay, the necklace, 13 inches. The drop is 2.5 inches. But here, 13 inches. So unless you have a slender neck, it is really high class. It is stunning. But what I would do is I would put an extender jump ring, just a jump ring. That's all you need, a jump ring here. And you can also, could you undo this? Hold on. Let me do this. Let me just play around with you for a minute, you guys. That one would be, yeah, you'd kind of have to, so what you could do if you loved this and you wanted to wear this, other than in your hair, which I think would be lovely, you would have to destroy this by taking this clasp off and putting a new clasp with a chain in between these two pieces and expand it out as long as you would like in the back. So you'd just be putting a new modern clasp with chain. Yep. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Yeah, I like it like this. Obviously, I'm not dressed for the occasion like that, but you know, if you watch the old royalty and even unto the 1920s in the Gilded Age, that was a very common. They'd do all this stuff to their hair and they'd have the little clips and then they'd even have this coming down. Yep, very common. Okay, let me put it back in its box. I haven't shown it in a long time. And it is something I don't show that often because it's an unusual one, that color, and I know it's older. So I know I'm going to ask more, and I'm like, oh, are they really going to, want to pay that? And the answer is usually no. Okay, so anyone here interested? This is a 925 ring. Let me turn it around. Hold on. Why is it reading? Oh, because I have the loop upside down. Good Lord, what is happening now? Oh no. India in some kind of symbol I don't understand at all. I think it's sterling, but I'm gonna check it before I give you a price. It's small. I think it's really pretty. Just because it's coming from India does not mean it's not sterling silver, but it could mean it's plated. I love the way they played with dropping the solder on there. It is tiny. And I think it's just the right size. So let's do a scratch test right quick. I remembered all the stuff inside, and I thought I saw 925, and I'm pretty sure it was sold to me as that. But then now, because I'm not seeing that right away with my eyeballs, oh, it's bright red. Okay, it's bright red. It's sterling silver. I thought it was. Looking for my paper towel. So it is going to start at 22. And I'll give you a size. Might as well leave this piece up here because I keep seeming to test things, which was not my intention. It is starting at $22. And it is boy, I can see someone wore this and loved this to death. I'm going to go see how here's 4, there's 5, but the band itself hits more at 4 3/4 in the middle. So to be on the safe side, because that would be 4.5, I'm going to call it, let me put it back on my hand and see if it does the, if it's comfortable or if it does the concave. Well, it's comfortable and it's not concaving. Okay, I'm going to call it 4 3/4. It's a really nice design. And see, here is all that says India back here. And then this has symbols and the 925. And it is bright red. Bright red. In fact of the matter is, I often test and I get kind of a medium red. This just instantly went to bright. Given the price of silver, and I mean, it could be plated. It doesn't seem to have any of that characteristics, but I can't guarantee that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brittany. I have pain every day. Okay, so I don't do recaps. So if anyone comes in later, you can always put your thing on, and drop in the chat that you are interested in such and such an item. Don't I have, hold on a second. Okay. There you go. Happy Ducky, can you look in the private chat, please, for me? I just realized something and I wanted to let you know. Okay, we're going to do another ring. And hello, everyone, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I always have fun with you. Okay, this is a 925 and blue. Well, I'm going to assume it's sapphire. Could be blue is sapphire, right, y'all? Why do I get that like so mixed up in my brain? Blues and pinks. And I think blue is sapphire. It's probably, what is this? Dismiss. Why is that thing showing me that? I believe based on, now see, it's hard to say. I don't have a presidium. I'm not an expert. But in my loop, this little loop that I have, which I need to get one that's a little better, although this works fairly well for most things. I'm not seeing inclusions, so to speak, so it's probably man-made. I think it's stunning. And I love the way it's 925, so it's vermeiled because it's got that gold look. It's got the ring lights can completely bug out my own vision. Okay. So let me put this on a different color. That helps. Here's the stone. There's that reflection. See the reflection and the light right there? That's interesting. And I only am seeing that right here in the light, and it kind of moves through the stone. There is the stone. I'll take it off in a minute. So these right here, it's not prong set, it's set in there. This is more of the silver tone. And then down in here is the gold tone of the ring. Boy, look how dirty these are. I should be ashamed. Shame on me. Shame on me. Happy Thursday, Brittany. So, this is going to, oh, I'm so sorry. This is going to, you don't have access to private chat? Ducky, why not? Can you text me, Ducky? Do you have my phone number? If you can, text me. So here's the stone. There's the 925. And I love this shape. It's like an oval triangle. And see what I mean? How the silver is here, and then that the middle is the gold tone. So you've got that the two double tone of the vermeil. It's a really pretty setup. And this is going to start at 28. 28. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to assume from my days of, back when I bought rings, for getting married and was given rings for different things, half a carat. It's a dark, dark blue. I have your phone number, Ducky, but you know what? I don't have it in my phone, and I really need to put that right there where I can contact you right away. Sorry about that. And it fits on this finger. So that is going to mean it's a 7.5. And I think I paid more than what I'm asking for this ring. But I'd like to pass it on. And you know what? Now that I have it on that finger, I'm like, ooh, maybe I should keep it. It looks really good right there. And if you have smaller fingers than me, it would be a gorgeous either ring finger or middle finger. It's just the right size and it's got that really unique design. So think about it. Let me measure it for sure, even though it fits on that finger. Let me measure it for sure. For sure. Does anyone remember Valley Girl? So, Frank Zappa. So here's the 7, and then it's covering the 8 in the middle. And it was really comfortable on this finger, like, comfortable, a little loose. So we can say size 8, but 7.75 to 8, because fingers are weird. And that's why I always put it on my own fingers. I always look if it concaves inward, and measure it on here more than once, because depending on the way they make these, it can really affect, and depending on if your fingers are swollen or not, it can really affect what size it truly is. So I always do my best. Totally tubular rose. You got it. It's a gorgeous ring. And since no one wants to claim it, I'm going to put it on my finger. Y'all may be out of luck. So there you go. So we'll pass, and I'm hoping and assuming that Happy Ducky is looking for my phone number. I don't know. Let's see. This is something I haven't done for a while. You did? Well, man, I'm in the country. I haven't got it yet. That's a thing. These are going to be a buy it now for $15. We're going to be a buy it now for $15. And just putting them there. Freshwater pearl earrings. Pastel colors, multiple. Be very good for Easter. Buy it now, 15. I will look. My phone's not dinging. Let me look. Maybe it's just so quiet. Hold on. No, I didn't get it. I don't know what's happening. I didn't get it. I don't understand how you don't have access to private chat. So as a mod, do you not have all privileges, Happy Ducky? Because there's a private chat. Maybe it's only my guests. I'm going to YouTube now. It's a whole thing. I don't need to do this right now. I can absolutely do it another time. So you know what? If we don't get there, I'll remember to put your phone number in. So these are, buy it now, $15. Freshwater pearls. There's magenta, pink, gray, cream, like a light green. I believe these are gold-plated wires. There you go, Rose. This is probably what I paid for them. I think they're beautiful. And each one has, Rose has bought them, but I'm just going to tell you, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pearls. And they are roses. So, and I haven't been putting prices up there. Y'all supposed to yell at me. Buy it now. And Rose bought them. I'm sorry. I believe it or not, I don't know if this is silly or what, or if it's just me. I get excited uh, doing my sales, and I just jump right in there and start talking and thinking about this and doing that, and I forget things like, oh, just pull the numbers over or whatever. I figure you're all with me. I figure you know the drill, and I just forget. Thank you, Rose. They're so pretty, Rose. I've had them for a while, and you know, there's a lot of people out there who really, really like pearls, but I've never had really good luck with pearls, and I don't understand that. Like, yeah, that is the phone number. So I don't know what's happening. It's all right. Just we'll figure it out another time. Um, there was that beautiful silver and Tahitian pearls, I think it was, necklace at Doug's yesterday. And I was like, wow. But I knew that if I bought it at that price, no one was going to, buy it from me. So I was just like, never mind. I thought about getting it for me. Okay, how's about this? As long as we're on the pearl thing, this is going to start at $30. It is a 4-strand freshwater pearl vintage necklace. We're just going to do some pearls for now. As long as I had a little bit of success, maybe someone else here is into pearls. I love this. There is a maker. I've been through this a million times. The little tag says, I think it's copyright LCI. It might be OLCI. I'll show you in a minute. It's very hard to tell. This is beautiful. And what did I say this was starting at? You guys, thank you. $30. I think it's gorgeous. It's more muted than the pearl earrings. It has these spacers that are really interesting. It is not silver. And it's gold, silvers, cream. I have no idea about I just think they're freshwater or potato. I mean, this could be potato pearls here. And maybe, I don't know my pearls enough. I don't think Tahitian pearls because they're angled, and I think Tahitian pearls are lovely and rounded, and you would see your reflection in it. But this is definitely older. It's been around for a while. Let me show you. Yeah, I totally get it. Don't worry about it. I'll send you a text with your phone number later. So here is the let me take it off of here and try to show you. This takes a lot of time, and I'm trying to get through more items than I always do. So here's the front of the little triangle. It just has some lines on it. Look how dirty this thing is. Boy, oh boy, shame on me. And there's the back. Never been able to fully figure out what that means ever. So there you go. It has about a 3-inch extender. It's got these beautiful acorn caps, which I'm assuming are pewter. I haven't tested this for silver. I'm not going to. I suppose it's possible. These are beautiful. And then the strands have both silver and gold tone spacers. So if you notice here, these are little gold tone spacers. But then here is these really interesting, like thick oval silver spacers. And these two are fatter, and these are like thinner potato pearls, right? And then it has like this piece with now gold oval spacers. It's a really interesting pearl necklace. Here is the hook closure with the other acorn cap. Acorns make me think of my mom. My mom was told a story or read a fairy tale, I'm not sure, when she was a kid about taking the little tops that fall off acorns, and if you put them on the fireplace and put little water and food bits in them, that you were feeding the elves that came in at night. So she did that for a long time. And I asked her, I said, well, was the food ever gone, Mom? And she said, yeah, sometimes it was. So I don't know. Animals, her parents, I don't know. But I love that story. And so to this day, when I see acorn caps, I think of that story. And sometimes I put them out with just a little bit of something, thinking, oh, that's cool, Mom. So, whoa. It was a little twisted, which you can sit here and play twist, untwist. You could actually really twist it if you wanted and give it like, look at that. If you did that, that would be really fun, right? It is, without the extender, it is right around my neck at 14 inches. So with the extender, it's going to go down to about 16. And it's a little heavy. It's really nice. And it's, like I say, I can never figure out who the heck the maker is. I believe I kind of figured it out once. I think this is from the 70s. If anyone knows, let me know. JACIO, Rose? Is that it? Nope. No. It's like a OLCI. I don't see. Yeah, see, it's always been a mystery to me. There's no J. I don't know. I wish. And I also remember one time someone talking about this piece and saying that those marks were actually had to do with sterling silver or something. So, yeah, girl, I don't know. I'm going to put it down. I don't do recaps. If anyone is hanging in the lurkers lounge and you think you're interested in something or you just got here, you might want to go back and put yourself on double time and see what you missed and come back and drop in the chat what you're interested in and I'll sell it. Otherwise, you can, if you're watching on the replay, send me an email. I get emails quite a bit. Okay, so this is going to be a buy it now for $13. Pearl necklace. $13. See, I told you we were on pearls, so we're just staying on pearls. And this is Molly. My other helper is Dolly. This is Molly. So we say, hi, Molly. Thank you for helping. This is a buy it now for $13. Here's the toggle clasp. It is probably going to be about 15, 16 inches. The toggle clasp says very boldly, let me move that out of here. It's on wire. So it says very boldly 925. But hold on. And it's on a metal chain. But here's what I want to say about this. These are faux pearls. Yep. These are faux pearls. Someone took vintage pearl something and restrung it. I'm glad I caught that. These are faux pearls. See the paint loss right there? Yep. So these are 1950s typical. So this is a buy it now for $6. There's not very many places where that paint loss is happening. It fooled me. I thought they were real pearls. I absolutely thought they were real pearls until I held it up close and I saw that one spot. I'm looking at it. It's a buy it now, $6. I paid a lot more than that from someone. And I don't know if they didn't look very closely or they were just going off of the fact that it had a 925 clasp, which I see. I've always kind of tended to ignore if it has a 925 clasp, because what does that mean in the bigger scheme of the rest of the necklace? Unless the rest of the necklace is a metal, then it's important. Otherwise, it's like, who really cares? So there's very little paint loss, if you will, luster on here. It's not noticeable. Buy it now for $6 is, I paid more than I was asking in the first place, let alone this. This is just really to clear it. And no one's going to notice that the paint loss is happening. And people are going to think these are real pearls. I guarantee it, because I did. And I've been doing this for a long time. So, yeah, it comes down with my hair in the way. Right about there, 16 inches. This is a nice little necklace. It's a nice little necklace. But it is, buy it now, $6. Let me know if you change your mind, y'all. I have stuff that I need to start making a goodie bag. Oh, yeah, it's a feature in StreamYard. Oh, so you know what I would need to do, Happy Ducky, is, well, we can talk by text, but the other thing I could do, if and when we ever get to that point where there's like lots of people, I could, put you on the screen just enough to where, you're a guest, but you're just the mod and you're not on screen, you're behind the stage. No, you'd have to be on. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll work it out. We'll work it out, girl. Happy Ducky, I appreciate you. Okay, here's the deal. This was my mother's. My mom wore watches her entire life. Her entire life. She was a NICU nurse for about 10 years. Mostly she was the support editor, photographer for my father's books and his works and all his papers. But she did go back to school at some point and became a NICU nurse, and she really enjoyed that. This is a Blackon watch. And it says SS Watch Store? What does that mean? SS. Da 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 da. Please remove the plastic stopper from the crown. Once you push it, jada 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 jada. I wonder what SS is. Family owned and operated SS Watch Store since 2010. This must have been one of the last watches she ever got. It was from Amazon Prime. The box is here. She, as far as I know, still has the made in China on the back. It is a nice kind of rubber plastic strap, maroon. It's like maroon colored. It is. Now, here's what I know. Here's what I know about watches. Kind of nothing. But I do know that the hands move. I think my mom got too sick before she could wear this. And from everything I've heard about watches, from people who have been selling for as long as me, virtually every watch they've ever gotten, once they take it to the jewelry store and put in a battery watch, from vintage to new, they work no problem. So this, all it needs is a battery, and it will work. It clearly, I would say it would fit up to a size 8, depending on how high up you want to put it. I think it's a pretty watch. It's a buy it now for $5. Oh, maybe stainless steel. There you go. Yeah, I don't know anything about, and all along the sides it has the seconds, and it has the numbers both in hour numbers and then, military or world time. I kind of get the impression with this white that it might glow in the dark. It just needs a battery. Buy it now, $5. It's comfortable. I mean, so here's another thing. Just putting it out there to the universe. My mom wore watches her whole life. I have a bunch of different watches going back to like really vintage and tiny and petite to large and functional like this to whatever. If someone lists and sells watches, please contact me at the email below, and I will sell you the whole schmo for a really reasonable price. Yeah, see, what is this? Is that a thing? Yeah. So even, see, there's this little piece of plastic right there. And on the instructions, it says, the following is how you need to start a watch. Please remove the plastic stopper from the crown and set the time. And then once you push the thing, it will start. So my mom bought this probably right before she became so sick that she went into full-time care at home with me and caregivers, and then transitioned because she never took this out. And so you take that out and then you push this. So if this was taken off and this was pushed in, it might start right up. My mom passed in 2023. So there wouldn't be any like erosion or whatever, any of that stuff. And what else is in here? Nothing. Oh, just the wrapper. You know how these people save everything? These old people. So, and I have like dainty, really pretty watches. But I just thought, so if anyone's interested in watches, let me know. Let me know. Okay, we're passing. I'm striking out today. What do y'all want to see? I have so much. So what is it y'all want to see? This is a buy it now for this is a buy it now for $9. Oh, I don't want the measuring. I want it is a vintage Sarah Cobb, but vintage, this is 70s, and it's just the pendant. It has the jump ring. It is the gorgeous watermelon glass in a very kind of throwback to like a modernist, brutalist style pendant. Here is the pendant for putting it on a necklace. It is gold tone. I love watermelon glass. I mean, and the greens, the pinks, the purples fascinate me all day long. Here's the back. Here's the copyright Sarah Cove. Is it Sarah? Yep, Sarah Cove. So that dates it to late 70s, going into the 80s. But the time in which this watermelon glass was really popular started in the 50s, and then there was a resurgence mainly by Sarah in the late 70s, 80s, and then it went away again. I showed you all a pair of 1950s watermelon glass earrings, and it is that big. And I don't have, I mean, I the only gold chain I have is it would dwarf this, and it's a Crown Trafari. So I think that would, I mean, you could do that, but it would be quite an interesting marriage. It is 2 inches long by a little over an inch wide at the bottom. Oh, hi, Lois. Hello. So this is sold to Lois. Yay, look at me. I'm still not putting prices. Ducky, you're supposed to yell at me. Kind of like, thank you, Lois, and hi, Lois. Kind of like how you yell at Melly. Look up. Put the banner on the screen. Change the banner. Seriously, I need people to yell at me. Good. Yell. Thank you. All caps. Just yell at me. Thank you, Lois. How are you today? Happy Thursday afternoon or evening. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you in a while. So as long as I'm talking about it, this just simplistic It's missing the pendant. I'm quite sure someone took it off, but if you've got a beautiful brooch, you've got it. You could double it and put like a side torque. You could put the brooch at the bottom if you have a nice thick gold. You would, no, I'm going to take that back. You would need to know how to use a jump ring. You would need to have needle nose pliers and put in the tiny jump ring with the pendant on the bottom of this. Okay, this is a Crown Trafari, 1960s probably. Very long, beautiful gold chain, and it starts at 13. This is doubled at the moment. Now look at me. When Happy Ducky puts that price in, I'm going to move it to the banner. There is the Royal Crown Trafari tag. Here's the clasp. I love this chain. Let me change the light again. What is it? I don't feel like it's focusing very well. There you go. See how it's double like that? And it goes over, under, sideways, straight, sideways, straight. It's very thick, and it's, there you go. Look, see? Boom. 60S, beautiful gold tone chain. Crown Trafari. What is 60S? I love that. 60OS is Crown Trafari. Is that a shorthand for Crown Trafari? I have no idea. It might be. 60s. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I want to show you how long it is. It goes with this ring really well. Boom, boom, boom. Good Lord. Rolo. There you go. My neighbor has a dog named Rolo. So it is long. If you double it, it is still doubled. I really love this doubled. I mean, the layered look, which is really in right now. Look how long it is layered, for crying out loud. I can put it on me without doing anything to the clasp. Obviously, I have my beautiful West Germany plastic necklace on, so it's, you know. So doubled, it comes down to right before everything. So that is 16 inches, about 22 inches. So I'm going to go with, I mean, this is over 3 feet long, this necklace. So if you wanted a flapper style that goes down to your belly button, you got it. If you want to put, do I have some kind of brooch? Hold on, hold the game. I want to try to give an example. Something big, something bold. Okay, and then I'll show this next. Come on, little guy. Out, out, out. Well, it's not little, it's big. It's a scarf pin. But if you, here's a giraffe brooch. Just ignore the blue. You could put this giraffe brooch on the side. I'm going to do it. So if you have any gold tone, it doesn't have to be this big. It could be much smaller. And now this giraffe is on the necklace. Now you could put it up way higher. I'm just, you could put it at the bottom. I'm just giving you an example. In fact, these look really good together. Yep. And Crown Trifari never loses its value. It goes up a little, down a little, but in general, oh yeah, great for that pendant. Although a tiny bit, where's the pendant? Where did it go? Where did it go? I just put it down here. Yes, I did. Yeah. See, well, that was the thing I was saying. They absolutely could go together. It's just funny because this is Crown Trifari and this is Sarah Coventry. So, I mean, they're both super quality and it would, yeah, it would look good together. Right? But they are very different. Yeah. Anyway, and it's heavy. It's a heavy piece. So think about it. Starting bid at $13 for this huge Crown Trifari piece. That's really inexpensive, y'all. Really inexpensive, y'all. Okay, so now we're going to pass on that. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. We're going to do the giraffe scarf brooch. The giraffe scarf brooch. That seems to be hard to say right now. Scarf brooch is a buy it now of $14. He's fantastic. He has a little green rhinestone eye. Change the color. Yeah, his little green eye never shows up very well. I don't know why, but it's green. And then he's enameled, and this is, textured. And then he has white rhinestones going down his neck. Has really nice long legs. And he's definitely a scarf. What is the deal with that? Scarf brooch. Because of how long and how thick it is. Now, that doesn't mean you have to wear it as a scarf brooch. And I would wager when animal prints came back around, I think he's like late 80s. And I very much get a Metropolitan art vibe from him, but it doesn't say that anywhere, so therefore I can't. There is no maker, and I find that really odd. He's very tall, like a giraffe, right? Giraffes are tall. Good grief, they're tall. He is 3.5 inches tall and about 1.25 inches with his feet, his tiny little feet. He's a really good one. I've been really surprised that he hasn't sold yet. I mean, I've only showed him 2 or 3 times. It's been a while, but I've been surprised. But a lot of things surprise me. So, okay, at least I'm remembering to pull the numbers over, y'all. All right. What do you all want to see? I don't think you want to see any of these rings. You've seen them before. I think I'm going to start listing my rings. I have costume jewelry rings. That's a whole different deal. These were over here. I'm not sure why. Sorry. I just moved, you guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Okay. These are going to be a buy it now for $15. And yeah. They don't seem to want to move, and I don't know why. They're coral and mother of pearl designer earrings, gold tone wire. I don't think it's actually gold. Hi, Deborah. How's it going? I, you know, when I started with these were like $40. I paid more than 15 for these. Absolutely. But how long? They look beautiful on me. They look beautiful on me. But I don't want to keep them. I could list these for $30 easy. I could list these probably. I was starting at $40. I could probably list these at 45 or 50 with this red coral. So and they have that kind of tribal end, like the necklaces I brought. I wore one and I sold one recently. So yeah, I've been confused as to why they don't sell. They are sexy on me. And I'm old and they look sexy. So I don't know. I don't know. They're chandelier earrings and they are about 2.5 inches long. I think they're pretty dang cool. They add instant let's go out vibe. So I mean, honestly, if someone doesn't buy these at 15, they are going to get listed at 45. This is the last time I'm bringing them. So I'm just actually going to pull them out right now of my earring setup. I brought them. Lordy, I've probably shown these like 10 times in 3 months. So I'm done with that. They're going over on my to be determined what store I open for my higher end items that just occasionally sell, but not too often. I'm working towards that. I will never ever not have prices, in the teens or under here. Never, because that is who I am. So that will never happen. But I do have an investment in some pieces that, are a lot more and they are more valuable. They are worth more. And so if they don't sell here, although I'm building to that place, then they're going to sell elsewhere, right? Deborah, you're not feeling sexy. I'm sorry. It's all a state of mind. I mean, trust me, I'm not very sexy in that way either. Not anymore, not for a long time, but but a girl can pretend, a girl can hope. Okay. This is a buy it now for $10. Oh, why, Deborah? Are you okay, honey? I mean, I can relate to that, but this is a tiny little Jester vintage pen. Gold tone. Okay. Okay, Deborah. Don't make me worry, because I will worry. The pin back goes out. So late 50s, early 60s, especially with the actual pin back. Blue, reds, whites, and a black on the top. So I say jester. It's almost more like a king or a queen. It's up to you to determine what you think you see. And he's tiny. He's okay. All right, Deborah. And you know what? I want to just say this. There's nothing wrong with not being happy. There's nothing wrong with grieving, with being, with having feelings, with being mad. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a part of who we are. And we don't have to be perky and happy and all that crap every day, all day long, because that's a lie. And, things happen and things happen and it causes us to have feelings. And sometimes it goes on and on for the rest of our lives. And other times it's just a momentary thing or, a couple weeks thing. And we should not be told that that's not okay, because it is. And if we don't process it, we carry it our whole life. So just had to say that. 1.5 inches long by an inch across. Yeah, 100%. $10. I like him. I think he'd be fun in the summer. Okay. What should I do? What should I do? What do you guys want from me? What do you want? What does anyone want? Does anyone know? How about buy it now? $16. Pierced cloisonne earrings. Likely they're the blush rose pink on this is beautiful, as is the blue. I think these are probably, I'm saying cloisonne, and they are, but that's pushing it. So I'm thinking 90s, very much tourist trade, right? Thank you. That kimono is for sale. It has a few issues. If you're interested, Deborah, let me know and I can email you about it. It's very inexpensive and it is from like 1960. It doesn't have a ton of issues, but it's not perfect. And I soaked it in OxyClean and it got most of the brown out. It needs to be done again. It's double pink and blue. It's really nice. So these are the earrings. And do you see what I mean about the cloisonne? I see. I love the blush pink. So see the wire. There is that wire right there with the red and a little bit of the blush pink. There is the wire in the middle, kind of making like a centerpiece to the flower. I think it's like a pansy or a Johnny Jump Up. But it's not a heavily cloisonne piece. It would match beautifully. Where did it go? Pansy. Okay. Yeah, and I have a couple other ones, but it it is a project, so to speak. Not a huge project, but it needs, it needs some little bit of whatnot. So these did not, in any way, shape, or form, these are totally separate items, but my mom's butterfly and these pierced earrings would go together really nicely. The colors are the same, but this is much older. Right now, so you know what? Let's make these cloisonne earrings $12, please. Buy it now, $12. Because when I look at it, I see the beautiful colors, but I don't see a lot of cloisonne work. So let's make it a buy it now at 12. And here is the other one, exact same. The colors are gorgeous. The blushes and the blues. I could see wearing these to a wedding. Okay, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving, y'all. Yes, we are. If anyone is interested or changes their mind, let me know. Drop it in the chat. What time is it, y'all? Okay. I've got a half an hour left on my phone. So do remember, I wonder if I would wear these. Do remember that I don't do recaps. So I put so much aside, and then I never know what to do with it. Okay. This what the hell is the name? What the heck? Sorry, is the name? Oh, good Lord. We'll just say goddess necklace, because at the moment, even though I have the brand and the cuff, I can't remember the name. It's in the style of that. With the sterling silver chain, is going to start at $29. This is glass. Beautiful light blue glass. These are they're super light blue stones. They are semi-precious. Yes, Sage-in, Rose. That's it. Thank you. Rose pays attention. Thank you, Rose. They are semi-precious stones. I believe I tested this, and it nowhere does it say 925, and it's not 925. And I don't have a presidium, but I don't. Here's the back. But so it's not 925, the pendant, but the stones, I'm going to do one more look again with my loop. Hold on. I'm looking for like inclusions. I'm looking for differences in the stones to just make sure that they're not glass. One day I'll get a presidium. I just had to get StreamYard. And I can only do so many things at a time with outlays of money because this is the only income I make. Yep. My health doesn't allow me to do more than that. So I do see a lot of little variations within here. It's not, so it's, whoa, sorry. It's not foil back. It's open to the light. Generally, if this was just like rhinestones or if it was glass, it would be either covered over and foiled or it would not be open to the light unless it was like something really special, sometimes check glass, etc. has that. But if it's a semi-precious stone, it's usually open to the light to give the refraction and bring the color out. And I do see over there, I do see a lot of difference. So I believe it's semi-precious stones, okay? And it was sold to me at this price or maybe a couple dollars less. I'm not making much profit on it. So, and the person who sold it to me does have a presidium. And I'm pretty sure that while this is not sterling silver, that my memory serves me, these are real stones. I haven't had it very long. So it hasn't been that long. My memory's not that bad. And then it's on a 925 chain. It says 925. And the chain is a shorty. It's a 16-incher. It's really pretty. Really pretty. Yep, Sajin. I have a beautiful goddess cuff Sajin. So this is like probably a Chinese, maybe Thailand knockoff. Well, Sajin is in Thailand, so Bali. So that's not right. It's probably a Chinese knockoff of Sajin, but it's very nice, very well done. Really pretty. It's going to hang right about there. Okay. I am striking out today, y'all. Sometimes that happens. It doesn't happen that often anymore, but it happens. It happens. I don't know why. I don't know what to do about it. I just have to keep going. It is beautiful, Happy Ducky. It is beautiful. And it is worth what I'm asking. But sometimes, and Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day is in 2 days. So I think people have been spending their pennies, for Valentine's Day. It's a thing. Tuggy, if you need to go outside, you have to wait, puppy. My puppy is. Thank you, Deborah. My puppy, he's not a puppy, is acting like he wants something from me, but he's going to have to wait. I tried to get him to go earlier, and he was not having it. So, so finally I was like, well, dude, oh, well, I am putting something together for you. Hold on. This is most definitely a shorty. This is vintage Italian. Hold on, I had it. Oh, I had it, and then I don't have it. It is going to start at 20. It is a necklace. I need to get it to hang right. What is it doing? It's on Molly. It is hand painted, teeny tiny little flowers on these like what would you call this blue? So my ring light is now blue. Let's see if I can get that. So these are hand blown, hand painted beads with old seed bead spacers. Some people would call these wedding cake beads, although that's not quite correct. Wedding cake usually has fritz and flowers inside clear. So this would be inside, and then it would have a clear coating around it. But it is the same idea as that, if that helps at all. And you can see that it was for the tourist trade. Simple clasp with just a little piece of metal at the end. This is the extender. Let me take it off of Molly. And this is like, it's a tourist trade, but it's probably 60s with that clasp and this little extender. It was probably done on the spot while you watch them blow the beads and then paint these tiny little flowers. It's almost like a cobalt blue, but lighter. It has the tiniest flowers on 3 little beads. And it is short. It is absolutely short. So with the extender, all the way out on my neck right here, it is 14 inches. So I would do one of two things. I would just wear it like this in the summer, or I would put this layered with other things, not necessarily the plastic, because this is glass, although you could get that eclectic, right? But maybe like the heavier gold Royal Crown Trifari that I just showed you, or this, and get another necklace with the wedding cake beads that's longer and drape it, right? Or just leave this alone and let this be just like that with the t-shirt. It's up to you. Your choice. Okay. Well, y'all, listen. I am going to pivot. I'm going to show one more item out of what I picked. I got a lot of, it's going to be raining, I think, starting tomorrow. It's going to be raining like all week. So, yeah, I don't mind chokers. And even with this little bit of this, I still wear, if it's right here, I'm okay with that. I can do that. So what was I saying? Oh, so when it rains, my fibromyalgia is like, no. So I am just going to sit with the TV and in my pajamas, maybe run down with a pair of sweatpants on for a minute and get a burger. Although I just made a huge bunch of chicken with veggies meal and beans, black beans, and sort through all my jewelry and put it all in the right tubs to go with the right things. So let me ask you, before I'm going to show an item, I'm going to dig through an earring box that was my mother's. Is there anyone here who's interested in a very old carved bone with, I'm not sure if it's silver or pewter, Tibetan mala? Thank you, Rose. It's got the purple strings. It's directly from Tibet. It was my mother's. It was probably, they were Buddhist my whole life. It was probably brought over by the monks who fled Tibet in the 1970s, and many of them landed in the Bay Area, and they brought things like this with them, and then they wound up being sold to make money. And a lot of these are very old that they brought over with them. I mean, they didn't have wealth. They had their prayer beads, etc. Not my thing. Yep. Nope. So if no one is interested, that's okay. I don't want to waste time on it. But if someone is interested, reach out to me and let me know. I'll send you pictures. It's not inexpensive. It has this, and then it has the 2 pieces that came off with that traditional prayer piece, and then those which I can test to see if they're silver or not. It's all handmade. There's 2 of these. Okay, so just let me know. I would wager the cordage is really good, so that could have been redone possibly. But the other pieces, I would wager, could be up to 100 years old. Because even today in Tibet, if you go visit and you buy things in the tourist trade, sometimes it's just Chinese repop. But if you really get to the tribal peoples, they just keep taking things apart and restringing it. And yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so this is going to start. So someone can email me if you're interested. This is going to start at $18. It is a copper penny. We had this whole conversation. Copper penny cuff. Oh, he's baking. Yeah, well, I love tribal jewelry too. And you know who I miss? Speaking, I want a cake rose. You know who I miss, speaking of tribal pieces? Noelle. I miss Noelle. She wrote to me before the holidays and said she was on vacation for a couple months, and I don't know what's going on with her, but I do know she posts still on Instagram. Maybe she just stopped buying, but I miss her. She was always fun and funny, and sneak attacked me. And we had a couple types of jewelry pieces that we loved in common. And one of them is tribal pieces. She has the most incredible collection. So this is an artisan piece soldered together by just melting and adding a little more copper to the pennies. The pennies are from 1980, 1979, 1978. Here's one that's 1971, 1980, 1980, and 1978. And then there's the inside. I think this is really cool. But, that's me. I think this is really cool. Did you know, by the way, speaking of really cool, and pennies are being taken out of circulation. In fact, I think they already stopped making them. And really soon, we're not going to do pennies at all. It's going to be nickels. It's going to be rounded to 5 cents. Pennies will no longer exist. So, and copper has value. So start collecting your pennies now. Any pieces like this that were made, this one was obviously made in 1980, judging by the majority of the coins being 1980. Collect this stuff up now because it's going to shoot up in value. And I believe a part of that is the same reason that silver and Happy Ducky maybe, they're finally taking action on it. This is like a real thing. I believe that it's because copper, silver, gold, rhodium is all needed for our AI and computer stuff. And they're banking on that being so huge and those factories needing so much damn power that, like, the silver vaults and stuff, they're empty. Like empty. And that's why prices are skyrocketing. So, yeah, just something to think about. It fits me really comfortable at a 7.25. And I think this would fit up to a 7.5 wrist. Yep. There you go. Yep. What is a Sparklets bottle, Deborah? If anyone's interested, you see the starting bid. You can get to me later. Deborah, what is Sparklets? Yeah. Yep. Totally, Deborah. All you need is solder. You just need to know how to solder. Boom. I mean, there's a lot of things in jewelry like needle nose pliers and jump rings. It's like a piece of freaking cake. I have the German jewelry stuff. Deborah, I have, this is something I hope to work on over the weekend. Deborah bought me this incredible antique bracelet. Yes, she did. I was blown away. And it is not quite big enough, but I didn't think it would be. And so all I need to do, these right here are called jump rings. They are open, right? I just need to find some more that are this color, which I have. And with needle nose pliers, you just put one on, put one on, put one on like an extender, or get an actual extender this color. Just maybe like that big, half an inch. And then you can wear it. These things are, so if you got something like this and it was missing a jump ring, you can put it in with something that you have in your kitchen drawer. Okay? Look at how beautiful this is. Yep. Deborah bought this for me. So I'm going to try to fix it this weekend because I've been wanting to wear it since I got it. Yeah. What is Sparklets, though? Water delivered by the Sparklets company. Oh, so you mean it's like one of those 5-gallon or 10-gallon bottles filled with pennies? Good Lord, girl. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Wow. Well, you know what? Keep it. You never know when it's going to become worth something. Okay. This little thing can be a buy it now for $12. It's very cute. It looks like it had a name on the inside. It's a cuff. It looks like it had a name on the inside, but it's worn out. Oh, those Happy Duckies. The name looks like it wore off. It's just a really pretty kind of drop enamel. Oh, Lord. Acrylic. Very light pink that also changes into an orangish color. It is open very wide at the moment, so it fits my wrist, a 7.25. But, and it's just dainty, pretty. It looks silver, but there's no stamping. And I'm not exactly sure how I would test it, so I'm not going to bother. I mean, I guess I could right here, but, I'm not worried about it. You could close this. This is malleable enough that you could close it, and you could get it down to a 6.75. And it's really tiny. Really tiny. And very much made to look, I know it's vintage, and very much made to look silver. But with this, does it glow? How old is it? Well, yeah, it's older than I thought. The orange ones glow. See the green? The pink just turns into purple. So that was actually unexpected. I thought this was newer. So that's interesting. Just a side note. Oh, well, Rose. Rose would like it. Rose, this is so pretty and dainty. You know what, Rose? This would match your earrings. Although they're on gold wires, but I don't think anyone is going to question it. Not at all. Thank you, Rose. Dainty cuff. It's dainty. So, Rose, what kind of cake are we having? Rose? I want to know what kind of cake I get. And how soon is it going to be delivered? I mean, I have little cookies, and I made a really good, healthy dinner. So, but nonetheless, when you said that someone was making strawberry tarts that one time, now I'm just stuck on, ooh, let's go to Rose's house and eat. Okay, so I'm gonna try these two things, and I'm gonna dig through my mom's box, and I'm gonna and that's gonna be what's happening for today. And I will hopefully I can start sorting tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, vanilla with chocolate icing. Yummy. You know what would be really good in there for Valentine's Day? Strawberries inside. Or when it comes out of the oven and it cools just enough, put strawberries on the top. Ooh, you can tell I like strawberries. So this starts at, it's a necklace, hand blown painted glass, and it starts at 18. You don't like cake? Cookies and pies. Well, my favorite would be pie. But if someone else is cooking and they're making a cake, I'm eating it. Oh, my nanas, my oh, bananas, nanas. My mom had my daughter and the other side of the family's son, my nephew, who I dearly love, call her Nana. So I always think of that, Nana. But then bananas are also nanas. So this is that weird. This starts at, what did I say? For God's sake, Ducky. I think I said 18. Just say 18. It's a glass painted necklace. Ooh, yummy. I like, my favorite pie? Pecan. Pecan pie. Ooh la la. Remember that? That just reminded me of Ooh la la Sasson. Anyone remember that commercial? Oh my Lord. Happy Ducky, I so appreciate you. You just came out of nowhere and you're awesome. You rock. Okay, so this is the tag. This is a company that started, I think, in the 90s. But I can never remember the name. It's, it has little initials and whatnot. It's very hard to read. There you go. No, it doesn't have initials. It literally just has this design with like a crown and a flower and some whatever. So I don't know. I just don't know. I think. Oh, okay. Oh, it is 18. Okay, there you go. Oh, there. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. So it has this extender. Is about 2.5, maybe 3 inches. So, and it is doing a whole thing here. So this is like that Fritz hand blown beads. This is more like the wedding cake that I was talking about bead, where it's a flower and then it's clear coated. It's a color, it's painted, and then it's clear coated over top. I can relate. And then plain glass, this. And so this is not the super old Italian wedding cake beads, but nonetheless, they are gorgeous. And this has so many things. And then it has this bead. Love this. To me, this is like some kind of DNA UFO. Like, I don't know what's going on. Another wedding cake style with like a flower, silver foil, flourish. Here you go. Here's another one with the flower inside with green. This is this beautiful like teal with silver foil inside. Here is a great example of like a wedding cake bead. There you go. Now, again, these are not, I am pretty sure you did. Thank you. And here's this. These are probably made in China, not Italy, because it's Premier Design. It's still vintage. The beads are still incredible. They are essentially what they've been doing in Italy for decades, but at a much, because it's China, you can now afford to have this look for much less. I could not, if this was Italian wedding cake beads, we would be starting this at, look at this one. We would be starting this at like $45-50 at this point. The old vintage beads like that and other vintage beads are incredibly valuable right now. Hi, Becky. Cat. Hi, Becky. How are you? What's going on? Busy, busy lady. Everyone here knows my buddy Becky, right? My buddy Becky, who I haven't talked to in other than being on a live, her channel, haven't talked to in forever. I need to really, Becky, I need to do something about that. It's really easy for me. Well, it's not, obviously, but it should be. Really easy for me to pick up the dang telephone and just give you a call. I don't know. Something happened, Becky, just so you know, after my dad passed, where I kind of shut down. And I've been more with myself than anything else. His 1-year anniversary is the beginning of March. I love this one. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like talking to you and, like Karen, my sissy Karen, Chasing Vintage, would be like a reminder of my dad. And that's why my brain is like, I don't know what it is, but I need to get over it because you're my friend. You're not just my reseller person. You're my friend, Becky. And as my friend, I want to talk to you just in general. How's it going? What's happening? Man, I'm so proud of you, So I really need you and Karen. I need to get on the good foot and give you a call. So this is really long with all these beautiful glass beads. And I get they're not Italian, but they mimic it really perfectly. And it's a statement piece. And I love that. It's me, Becky. It's just me. I shut down. 4 years plus of caregiving and losing both my parents. I shut down. And all the other stuff that that was going on. I shut down. So it has nothing to do with you at all. I love you. It has everything to do with something to do with grief. So this is beautiful. It's worth just the beads, even though, they're likely made in China, are probably worth $18. Like I said, if they were real wedding cake beads, we'd be asking a lot more. And, honestly, if it doesn't sell, oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, I know, Becky, but, thank you, Happy Ducky. It was awful. Mostly because of stuff because of the other side of the family. Yes, Becky. Oh, okay. Yes. So, and you know what's going to happen? If no one winds up buying this, it's not going to go in reduced price. I'm going to take it apart and reuse it for other things because there's so many beads and it's heavy and it's beautiful. So if no one's interested in it as an art piece, I will make it into different art. Becky, how are you doing with recovering from surgery, honey? Are you doing okay? Napping is good, resting is good, but are you okay? And anyone who doesn't, you don't have to even answer that right now, but anyone who doesn't know my buddy Becky's Vintage and More, she is on constantly throughout the week and has been for a long, long time. And please go check out her channel. So this is going to be a buy it now Happy Ducky, and then I'm going to dig through a box of my mom's and pick out just a couple things, and then we'll close. Of because people just are not interested today, and that's okay. This is going to be a buy it now for $10. Later today. Oh, well, good, Becky. Excellent. Okay. Well, if you can sit through a show, then hot damn. So this is going to be a buy it now at 10. It is a 1970s enameled copper brooch. And it's got a black background, but it's yellows, blues, greens, and browns, kind of almost in like a moss, if you will. It's about 1 inch in diameter, maybe a little bit bigger. And here's the back. Becky, did you send me an email today? Because I don't even know if I've looked at my email today, to tell you the truth. And what is all of that? That is paint from the other side. Oh, really? You must have sent it really, okay, Becky, I'll pay attention. You must have sent it really late in the day, because I generally check in the morning and then sometimes again around noon, and that's it. So, and I have not looked today, believe it or not. So I will. Okay, that's why. All right, I will go look after I'm done. I'm going to be done in about, I'm going to show 2 more items and then I'm going to be done. Which is totally reasonable because it's 5 o'clock and Becky is coming on. Becky, what time is your show tonight? Let's give you a plug. And it's with Randy, correct? I mean, it's Thursday, so I'm assuming. In an hour, okay. On your channel with Randy? Yeah, I love treasure hunting with all of you. I'm going to literally show 2 items and that's it. And I've been trying to move in the last hour pretty fast. So I hope I'm achieving that. And I've really been ignoring some of the stuff that I put over here because it's just, I can tell it's one of those times. And I think it has to do with Valentine's Day, honestly. It's one of those times where people are just, not too interested. And that's okay. Honestly. So here we go. I have to, ooh, those are nice. Wow. Wowzer. Okay. Wowzer, Mom. I didn't even know these were here. You're kidding me. What? Oh. Ah, okay. I just dropped the cutest turquoise earring ever, and I'm afraid to move my chair because there it is, because I don't know where it is. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So I think this instead of doing any of this other stuff that I was looking at, I think, and I do also have this, I hope I have 2 of these turquoise. Do I? Wow. My mom is fascinating. Oh my Lord. Okay. These are old. These are beautiful. My God. It's not because they were my mom's, it's because they are freaking fascinating. These start at 24. They are frog pierced earrings. I'm quite sure they came from, my parents traveled throughout the desert every year. So I'm sure they're like a carved Native American. I'm going out on a limb here because I know my mom. And they're little frogs, and I think they're turquoise. I don't think they're a dyed stone. Look at these. Hold on. These are so cute. Oh my God. And my mom, I mean, they were the least materialistic people that I've almost ever met. She rarely bought anything for herself. You know, her and my dad wore the same clothes until they were absolutely threadbare. They put most of their money in the bank. If they bought anything, any appliance, a car, anything, they had consumers report. You know, they did that whole thing, which washing machine, which refrigerator, which car is rating the best. I mean, so she didn't wear stuff, and she rarely bought for herself. Look at this frog. Oh my gosh. And it has those little red eyes are like painted, little drops of paint. They're teeny tiny pierced earrings. Here's the back. The only thing, I mean, I this is kind of almost like a different stone. It's see-through, but this is like now, here's the deal. It could be Chinese turquoise. I don't know. But I know that she's had them a long time. I have a memory of her wearing these like in the 80s. And they're just adorable. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Right? And they're even carved. Yeah, I think Melly is taking a much deserved rest. The mouth is carved out, the legs are carved out with like little feet. So cute. And I mean, they are look how tiny they are. Oh my Lord. And for all I know, they are full on actual turquoise here from the United States. They're not a dyed howlite. I don't know. Because I don't have a Presidium, but there they are. I will say I've never seen turquoise with this color. So that it is confusing to me, but it's not a dyed orange stone. So I don't know. I need to get so funny. I need to get a Presidium, but I can't. I've got to build a bigger channel, and I got to sell more product in order to justify buying a Presidium. boom. I would say they're like yeah, a quarter of an inch, maybe a half an inch. Okay, they're going in a bag. Well, I appreciate all of you very much. If anyone sees anything on the replay, send me an email. I went through a lot of items. A lot didn't sell. A lot. And I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for hanging out with me and making my day just that much better. And God, these are cute. I will be on tomorrow at 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern, with higher end. And I'm going to probably do like just an hour and a half. I'm going to pick some items, kind of exclusive, whatever, and just do a shorter time period. Okay? Everyone have a fantastic evening. Enjoy your cake, Rose. Thank you, Ducky. And I will be invoicing out over the weekend, etc., etc. Bye, everyone. Take care. Thank you so much.